Hello PIM people, my name is Rasmus and this video is about why I think you should select Struct PIM as your new system. I bet you're watching this video because you are either in the final phase of selecting a PIM product and you have Struct PIM as one of the contenders, or you are in the initial phase of looking at just a PIM system and you come across Struct PIM. Either way, watch this video and you will find some good arguments why I was one of the ones who selected Struct PIM in my previous company. So at that time in that company, we were both creating a lot of the products we had were changing all the time. So we knew that we need a flexible system where we could change all these properties at all time. And it was important to us that it didn't take long to change these properties. So we didn't want to be married to a consultancy company who should do these changes for us, or the product itself. So let's say we needed to contact Struct PIM in order to do actually any changes in the system. So it was important for us that we could do these changes ourselves and actually run the system ourselves. All of you are familiar with all these stories where you have whatever system in your environment and you don't have anyone in your company to run it, so you need to go to a consultancy firm to get anything done in that system. This is both expensive, obviously, but it takes time, even more important. So if you want to do changes fast, you are relying on them to be able to help you. We didn't want to end up in that situation. And yeah, as I mentioned, these product models need to be flexible because we know the properties of the product we were selling was changing all the time. But also important was that we were a house selling a lot of different, or a company selling a lot of different products, and they were coming on completely new products all the time. So I didn't know what to prepare for the future. I just knew there would come new products. Again, Struct PIM fulfilled that needs because we could keep changing the product models or create new ones. So we would never end in a situation where we had our back against the wall and were just locked to the setup we had, and it was difficult to expand. And again, we want to do all these changes ourselves. We also wanted to split the responsibility of enriching these products across the company, because marketing want to, of course, to enrich their part of it, pictures, description, naming, text, stuff like that. The product department wants to add the technical specification in there, and supply chain was needed to fill in all information about dimension, weight, stuff like that when we shipped all across the globe. So it was a shared responsibility in the company to enrich and fulfill all these information on our products. And again, PIM can easily do that. Of course, the IT team which I was running and was part of was responsible for running and hosting. Not hosting, Struct PIM will do the hosting, but ensuring that Struct PIM is online. So it was a mix of responsibilities and it could easily handle that. Another thing which was quite crucial for the company and for me as well was that I had a predictable price model. So I knew where we would end in 2 years and what the cost will be. And some of the other contenders we were up against there at that point had different price models, and it was difficult for me. I knew what the price was at the time I signed the contract, but it was difficult to predict to me what it will be in the future, because I maybe have to buy a different license if we expanded in products or needed to create a new product model, or if we, for sure, as we know, we would expand even more globally, so we will need to have different languages in the system, and that might also come with a cost. Struct PIM have 3 models. They have a basic, they have a pro, and an enterprise model. Pretty much same functionality. Of course, they differ a little, but all the important stuff is in all the 3 systems. It's only if you go hardcore, you need to go bump up to some of the bigger ones. But what is most important, I'm looking at the screen now because I need to remember all of this, is they have unlimited users. You can create unlimited SKUs, unlimited media assets, and media assets meaning pictures and documents, stuff like that you want to add, product documents, for example, you want to attach to the product so that can be visible on the web page or whatever you have. Product catalogs, the way you structure your products in there. And as I mentioned, unlimited product models, so you can keep expanding whatever product you have in your system. Unlimited languages and unlimited attributes. I want to look at unlimited languages again. As I mentioned, we want to expand to more countries, so it was really nice that that will not come at an extra cost. We could just keep expanding and adding more and more languages into the system. But Struct PIM have just recently released an AI integration, as everybody needs to have these days. So they have created an integration to Microsoft Cognitive Services, and you can do two things there. You can use it to generate product description of your products. And that is basically ChatGPT. You ask to please create a whatever nice description about this product, and you have this information you can do it from. And the other one is the cognitive service can be used to translate. And this is a game changer to me, and it's good translation, of course. But if you have all your product description in whatever your local language or in an English version or whatever, you could just bulk update all your products saying, please translate this to German or whatever, or French, or wherever you want to expand to, and then that service will do it for you, and then you can easily expand. So this is why I think unlimited languages is even more important now, when they have this AI integration where you can quickly create product description for a ton of products. Yeah. Okay, and then let's move me aside here and look at the web page. So at the top here you have integrations. This was also a quite important point to us, but it is to you as well, because otherwise your Struct PIM system will not be able to be used for anything if you don't have some integrations. We were in a situation where all our product was born in the ERP system, but the information about the product was very limited at that point. So we did an integration to the ERP system, which handed over information to the Struct PIM system, and then we enriched it, and then we put it out on different channels. So let's say to our web pages where we are selling the products, or to our B2B customers, or to the retailers, or whoever, so or directly to customers selling them. So ton of different ways. So it was important there was a unlimited amount of possibilities to do integrations. And since they have this beautiful API, then you can just do all the integrations you want. But you also have already created integrations. Struct PIM will help you. They have a list here, but they will help you with handing over these information, because in some of the cases is a predefined product or a project they already have created at Struct PIM, and you will get that, and that will get you going, and then you can just build on top of it. Or some of them is actually connectors in the system. This was the case for us. We were using Shopify as our web shops, and if you go to our test environment, then you can see that the connector is actually built into the system. This is really nice, so you don't have to have any programming skills, any coding skills or whatsoever. You can just hook it up to the different stores you have connected to the data model you have inside Struct PIM, and tell which fields are going to what field in the Shopify, and then it will handle it for you. It's event triggered, so it's not something that is scheduled to update all your products on a given interval. No, it's whenever you are changing a product. If one of these fields is told to sync with Shopify, then we'll do it right away. So you will always have a updated web shop based on whatever you have in Struct PIM. That was a really important point to us at that point. Yeah, you can just go through the list and see some of the, or at least all the integrations they have here. A lot, as you can see. Yeah, so that interface, I'll talk more about that in the end, but I'll leave that to the geeks who want to see more about these integrations and how you can do it more in details. Okay, then they are releasing really fast. That was not obvious to me in the beginning when we selected the product, but it just helped me take the decision in the final end, because take the decision about selecting Struct PIM. The developer team there are just releasing all the time. So if you find a bug, or if you have a feature request, it's typically just a matter of 1 or 2 or maybe 3 weeks before you have it in the product. And this helped us really, really much. It's just amazing, and they're doing a nice implementation each time. So at Struct's homepage, if you are going all the way to the bottom and you are clicking on documentation, then you will have a change log here. So if you click that one, please try to look at these release dates. It's quite often they're releasing. And as you can see, they're both, some of them are including a lot of bug fixes, and some of them have enhancement and bug fixes. So you can see all the different things that is released in here. So you will get new stuff into a product all the time, and get fixes all the time. So I cannot think of any other products I have been running in my career that have releases that often. And it's really nice. It's really nice. Means they always up to date and keep everything running whenever, let's say, Shopify change anything in their system. The connector works flawless. So, I mean, this is just brilliant. You should experience it yourself. And this leads me to the final thing I want to highlight here is the fast support. It could sound like I was paid to tell that they have a great support. That is not the case. I just realized that after we bought the product. But they have a support team that responds really fast, and you don't have that chain of different support levels you have to go through, because you have probably done a lot of troubleshooting yourself. So you know pretty much the information you need to hand over to that technician, or your question is quite detailed, or whatever reason you have to contact the support. I'm not 100% sure what I'm telling you now is the case actually, but I have the feeling that the developer team have a rotation where they are the one who are in the support team at a given point. So each time I contact them, I have the feeling I get a contact with a developer, and they straight away get your problem or your question or whatever, and can answer it right away. So it's not like, yeah, we got your information, thank you for your case or for your ticket. We will get back to you in 2 or 3 weeks. You will get it solved so tremendously fast. And it's one of the things that is quite difficult to test up front, but I can just promise you, you'll be amazed about that support. Yeah. So I hope these kind of information help you take, in my opinion, the correct decision about selecting Struct PIM as your new system. If you will hang on here and see a few more things, then I want to show some of the geeky stuff about doing integrations. So let's dive into that one. If you go to the documentation front page here, at the bottom here they have example projects. This helped me a lot in the beginning. So if you are going in here, you can download a demo project where they have basic stuff about how to manipulate a list or how to manipulate a product or a variant or whatever. So you'll get that the structure of how to connect and how to manipulate and walk through different types and whatever logic you have to create in your integration. You can easily find an example of it there. And one of the things that I didn't notice in the beginning was they have this the T4 template. This helped me a lot. So they have a T4 template that you can build into your system, and it can connect to your Struct PIM environment, and then it can walk through your product model and generate a strongly typed data type based on that one. So you will have all your properties strongly typed in your code. This helps a lot, and it's a lot easier. And if you want to dig more into it, you can click this API reference. It's also at the top here, and then all the different functions is documented here, and you can easily go into them and see what parameters you can pass along, what you'll get in return, all that stuff. Of course, there's also a Swagger interface where you can see all the different things you can call. You can type in your API key you have here, so you will test all the different calls and see what you will get in return. Helps a lot in really fast creating integrations and logic on top of your system. Yeah, so I think that was what I wanted to highlight today, and this was the reasons why I selected Struct PIM as a customer early in my career. So if this has raised any questions, or if you want to see a demo, reach out to me or one of the other Struct PIM partners out there. We will love to help you out in succeeding in this. And if today is the day you're considering throwing a like or subscribe at a video, I hope you'll consider this one. If not, that's no big deal at all. Throw it at another great video out there. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful day. by